What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. Now we gotta on today's show, man, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. I'm gonna let everybody get in here for a minute here, but I got something to say. I don't usually make commentary on the stuff on the internet, bruh, but this one kind of had me today. This one right here.
Whoa, look at these two.
Come on, man. Look, we coming back to that in a minute. Man, he got his whole player card revoked on that one, y'all. This one is for sure. We're gonna get into the charts. You know what I'm saying? What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. We on the come up. This is the come up with Cassius Cuvée every Sunday, fun day. Every Sunday at noon. We're gonna go over the charts. Trading view. Here's trading view right here. We're looking at crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. This is Ethereum right here. Going dummy. We're gonna get into the details on all this stuff. I'm gonna show you what I'm trading. We're trading live on Phemex. I've got copy trading set up. We got a whole bunch of stuff going. Oh my God, man. I got to comment on it because dude needs his player card revoked. He got fired from CEO. The head of HR, she's on there. She married too. Ain't nobody got no game no more, bro. Y'all, I got to give y'all skill. So here's the thing, man. First of all, I'm going to let a couple people get in here real quick. I'm supposed to have music videos playing on the trailer. It only works sometimes. I was talking to Randy Hipper about it. She told me the same thing. It only works sometimes. I'm trying to get the preview so everybody waiting. I'm going to show all the old recap raps and get you warmed up for the show. But, man, welcome everybody who's joining the show late here. We just getting started. Sunday Funny. We're going for about 1 hour. We're going to look at these charts because crypto is popping, y'all. Crypto is popping. And also now, very important, now you can copy trade me on Phemex. Here's my account right here. Starting out right in the green, just getting started. But man, it's the summertime, and I know you guys out there trying to have some fun. You seen the memes talking about when your girl mess up right before summer. But come on, man, this is what I don't understand. You out there in front of 50,000 people or whatever, and you can bring her and show her around. Y'all cool being out in public then, but as soon as the camera get on, y'all don't know how to act. So this is why, man, this one I found the perfect one, man. They show you how you're supposed to act if you get caught on a Jumbotron. We're going to go straight to it right now.
Whoa, look at these two.
That's the most obvious one. You got to play it cool, man. Servando in the chat. What's poppin', Servando? Cracking back, anything is better than what they did. Is the coast clear? Can I come out yet? I mean, the Coldplay guy, he called it out in about 1.1 seconds. Either they having an affair or they shy. Don't know how to play it cool at all, man. This is crazy, man. That's why I love these people making it like, let me show you how you're supposed to act. You get caught on the Jumbotron. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. And this is the coldest memes. And here's the thing, right? You know they probably was putting it on the company dime talking about team building exercise. And here we are. We got to trade every day. We got to pay full taxes. They get to do a tax write-off to go on their little affair dates. Both of them married. Now listen, I don't know what kind of arrangement they got. I'm gonna give me like 3-to-1 odds. I bet you their husband and wife was out doing something else with somebody, man. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling, bro. I ain't the one to judge them on that. I'm judging them on this, on the reaction. That's what I'm judging them on. This. How you gonna be cool out in the arena with 50,000 people, but you don't know how to act when you get caught? So here's the thing too. I'm not letting the ladies off the hook neither, fellas. This dude, I don't know what he on. Ladies, how come you want to do PDA in public, but then when the camera come on, then it ain't cool? You should have just rocked with it. All of a sudden, we're going to act like this and cover faces and stuff. What? No. I thought you was with it. You know what I'm saying? 50,000 people seen you walking by, but now we on camera. Messed it up. So anyways, man, that one just got me all the memes and shit. And then they got Donald Trump holding Hillary Clinton. They got a whole bunch of ones, a whole bunch of cold ones. Anyways, man, look. All right, we're gonna get it popping here. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. So if you guys don't know by now, I got the Discord group. Oh, first of all, I gotta say, nothing on this show is financial advice. I definitely am teaching you guys the way I like to trade. There's a lot of ways to trade, but I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't give you no financial advice. I don't want to give you no financial advice. What I do talk about is trading strategies and also some technical stuff. We got copy trading now on Phemex. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So if you want to throw some money at my account, you don't have to do nothing. I just trade. Okay, so that's how copy trading basically works. You just pick a bankroll for how much you want to put on a top trader on Phemex, and then you can go ahead and copy them. Up here at the top, I've got affiliate links. That's my Breakout Prop code we're going to go over. We got some Breakout Prop winners, too. We had 5 winners of the Breakout Prop contest, so congratulations to them. I sent them an email. I can't say their names because of privacy reasons, but basically, congratulations. The contest is real. You got like a flyer. If you want to, go ahead and post that flyer. It doesn't have your name on it, but it's, obviously you're the one posting it. You got it from the email. There's only 5 people that says congratulations on winning the Breakout Prop contest. They got a free $10,000 evaluation from Breakout Prop. So congratulations to y'all, and keep on using that referral code GGRF7W. It saves yourself money every single time you create an account on Breakout Prop, no matter what level you pick. Also, big shout out to Phemex. That's where we do the copy trading. So the way it works is you want to create an account with Phemex. You got to have an account with Phemex in order to do this, of course. This is a leverage trading platform, but you want to use my discount code because it's not a discount code, I should say. It's an invite code, GMMNX5. Well, when you sign up, the link is in the description of this video. And the reason you want to do that is because then you get like special bonuses. There's actually a campaign right now for Phemex right now, which is partnered with me, Cassius Cuvée, where you can get up to $180 cash back, USDT, I should say, for when you deposit and make your first trade. And there's different rules in there. When you click the links, you'll see them. But I got to say all of that. Those are affiliate links, and I may earn a commission from them. So we got to put that out there. But man, look at this chart right now. Actually, right here. Ethereum. Okay, so the private Discord, I've been going on all week. So I know I only do the show once a week, y'all. But I'm in the private Discord every single day. Oh, I know I pulled this back up. I was going to show the Discord. So I'm in the private Discord every day. We're going over charts and stuff every day. It's free for everyone. So basically, the general chat, anybody can join. A link in the description of this video. But if you want to join over here on this side where you see a lot more of the market analysis, and there's different things over here where I go into more depth of what I'm seeing in the markets and stuff, you can get 1 year for free if you create an account with Phemex using my referral code, and then you come up here to verify, and then what happens is the bot in right here in Discord, well, you put in your user ID from your Phemex account, and I can even show you where that is on mine over here. It's going to be up here. Oh, where are we? Up here. Drop down here, and you get your user ID from up there. So then you just put that in the bot, and then it'll verify you, and then after that, you just go over here to get a free trial. You get 1 year for free. And then that way you get access to everything right here. It's going to take you to WAP. You just got to put in your information, but it clearly says 1 year for free. So I definitely wanted to call that out because that's how you get into the Discord. And the Discord, I'm in there every day, 7 days a week. It never ends. Servando, yes, join the Discord. Shout out Frenzy. We're in there every day. There's some real great traders in there too. It's not just me. So I want to call that out. Obviously I have my insights and whatnot, but we got to get some great traders in there. Shout out Blueberry, KPLU, some other people as well. A lot of new people as well learning. You feel free to ask questions, and that way, we'll get back to you. If I'm not there, someone else usually will respond to you. And I run a clean ship. So part of the reason why we have the you have to get verified is because it keeps out the riffraff, man. I keep real traders in there, not a bunch of trolls and weird stuff going on in there. We focus mostly on trading and what we're seeing in the markets, maybe news events that might affect it or whatever the case may be. So yes, I would join the Discord. Hell, it's free. You know what I mean? What do you got to lose there? But Sunday fun day, man. So here's the Sunday pump. Okay, and this is what we were talking about this morning, right? And I go to sleep. We got people all over the world, and when I'm going to sleep, we got my admin in there. He's up, waking up at that time, saying good morning when I'm saying good night. So we got someone in there for you 24/7, pretty much. And we were questioning, is this the Sunday pump? And this is what I wanted to kind of clarify. Then this is Ethereum right here. Here's Bitcoin, which had a pump as well, and I wanted to call this out because true, we have been seeing a Sunday pump. But this is why. The administration has been releasing positive news on Sundays instead of Saturdays. So in the past, I don't know how many months or whatever, we've seen a lot of days where maybe Saturday wasn't doing much and then Sunday pumped. But we didn't get positive news every single Sunday. That was only, some Sundays. And I think what I think is, the market is a discounting mechanism people sometimes front run what they think is going to be the news. And this is, I don't know for a fact that's what happened today. If you guys in the chat have seen any news that came out that I didn't see, please call it out. I'm doing stuff getting ready for the show. I don't see all the news all the time, but I didn't see anything. But the point is, I think potentially some of this might have been running in anticipation of news. Okay, because you see when Friday came, a lot of stuff dumped right here. Now this looked a lot bigger on a lot of other tickers. A lot of tickers dropped pretty hard on Friday right here, and you see they come back, right? I got a lot of these here. But we're going to get into the tickers in a second. But what I want to say is maybe this got over its skis in the sense that if no news comes today, and usually it would happen by now, this is noon Pacific time. So in the East Coast, it's already 3 o'clock. Like, this might be a no news day. I don't know what Monday is going to bring, but I do wonder if, we got a little bit ahead of our skis. I know crypto's hot right now, right? Ethereum's up right now. It ain't just this weekend, right? Obviously, Ethereum's been cooking. Big time. This is the 5-minute chart. I can go to the hourly. I mean, Ethereum's been doing its thing, right? So definitely crypto's pumping, right? Especially altcoins, I should say, right? Bitcoin pumped hard on Monday. This is Monday. And then Tuesday, it came back down again. And so let's see. So Sunday, I should say, Sunday it pumped. And then Monday, it came back down again. So Bitcoin's not back up, but usually Bitcoin does that. It leads the market. And then we all hope that altcoin season is about to start. And sometimes it does. And then Ethereum pumped right after that. So now we're like, okay, it looks like it's programmed. Ethereum's going to 4,000. But like, is that just because institution put in their money on auto buy? Or is that because of, something else is happening? And to me, I'm always skeptical, you guys, as you go. If you're in my Discord group, you know that I'm always skeptical. If you've been following Cassius Cuvée, I'm always skeptical because I know why Bitcoin is going higher. I don't necessarily know why altcoins are going higher. And I say that with, love in my heart that Web3 is not a real thing yet. And so these are all speculative assets. And I'll say it once, I say it again. I'm here to help you from getting wrecked. I have a passion for helping people avoid getting wrecked. So I don't want people to just go all in believing in something that is just not a thing that will sustain as soon as we have a pullback. The other thing that I don't see as many people talk about is this is the NASDAQ. It's been absolutely ridiculous, on a tear, nonstop. And I showed this, I posted this on Twitter and in the private group. You can see, so up here in TradingView, if you want to lay over some other tickers, Total 3, this is all the crypto market cap minus Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stable coins, okay? So you can click on that, and you can see how they've been performing, right? So if we go back, go to the daily chart. You can see how steady Eddie, I don't want to go back too far. Let's go back. The only thing is you got to line it up to right at the beginning, right? So we want to get, we'll call it since like this peak here. This was May of 24. We'll call it, I'm trying to get it right here, March of 24, right? Somewhere about here, right? April, March of 24. You can see what happened. This was around the election time. Boom, crypto pop. But if you look here at this dip, this is really what I want to show. Is since January, right? Since basically we had the beginning of this fall right here in February. I'm trying to get it right at the end of the screen here. Right here, right? The NASDAQ dipped, sure enough, and then Total 3 came back. And even though we had this is really what I want to show you. We had this little dip right here in the NASDAQ, which was hardly nothing. And even this little dip was hardly nothing. Crypto tanked hard. You see what I'm saying? Hard. And it was only eventually, finally, after the NASDAQ just never, ever having a pullback, it popped again. The reason why that makes me nervous for any long-term crypto bags is because what if the NASDAQ decided to do this? It wouldn't do it exactly that. But you get my point. What if it did a little something like that? Just any pullback. Any pullback, and crypto is gonna tank. And there's no reason fundamentally why crypto has to pump if NASDAQ is falling. And unfortunately, altcoins and everything have basically crypto's been turned into a casino. And so that's why we're traders here. And on the Come Up with Cassius Cuvée and in the private Discord group, which is called the Profit Circle, we're in there trading. And, I have my long-term bags in the crypto projects I believe in and Web3 and all that stuff. But now, if Bitcoin is the only thing that has, like, fundamentals, meaning that it's, collectively people agreeing that it's a store of value and TradFi is going into it, Web3 is not real other than that. Like, there's not, like, businesses operating on blockchains, We certainly don't know which one they're going to pick. If they pick one, enterprises are not doing transactions every day. So for me, I'm trading these things. And when I see stuff get over their skis, not so much Ethereum, because Ethereum clearly is strong, but some of these other ones, meme coins and shit, I'm like, nah, man. I think every pump is fake, is what I'm getting to. And I'm usually right. And I mean, again, we can kind of prove it because all you got to do is look back and see you're going to see a lot of charts. Look at it. This is just May. You don't want me to go back to December, to November or December. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is way down. And these are all pretty much going to look like that. Okay, so many of these. So this is why I have my list of tickers that are relatively bullish and relatively bearish in the Discord. That doesn't mean they only go down, but what it means is when they pump, look at this. Nothing but down. This little pump seems huge. It's way down here. You see what I'm saying? Almost all of these. This one, okay, then you have some, this is why I put it on the list here. I was going to go over this today. This is Tezos, okay? XTZ is Tezos. Tezos is an NFT platform that wasn't even popular since 2021. You're telling me that all of a sudden Tezos doing it? Nah, son, that's a short squeeze or whatever you want to call it. That is a pump out of nowhere. There's not some fundamentals that all of a sudden make Tezos be the man. Okay, again, this is just December of 2024. How far back would they let us go on this? They're not going to let us go back all the way. 2023. If this was, I wish they would let us go back all the way to 2021 where you would have seen the mountain way up here, okay? Because you can even see right here, here's total crypto, and here's Tezos, okay? So Tezos has not been doing much of anything, all right? And then all of a sudden we get this candle. This is a God candle, okay? Bruh. Could it go back up to here? It could. If Ethereum keeps running, it could. I'm going to tell you right now, ain't no telling with crypto. But what I do know is that the shit is going to come back down eventually. And that's, to me, an opportunity. That is one of the cornerstones of Cassius Cuvée style. Honestly, my favorite style of trading is scalping. And I'm going to do that more because I think it's more time efficient. I can just sit down and look, I'm going to scalp for a few hours. And I'm going to go over my scalping strategy later on today, too. So Frenzy and Servando, keep an eye out for that. We're going to go over that in a little bit. But I just want to call out some of this crazy moves that have been happening. But that's what happens when, quote-unquote, alt season starts. You get tickers like this. The question is, do they pump again and again and again like this? And I'm here to tell you, I doubt it. Not this cycle. So many of these I don't think are ever going to go higher than they were in December, like, right after the election, December, November, December, or January, or whatever. I don't think so. I simply don't. So, yes, I'm shorting this. And if I'm wrong, I get stopped out. Not the end of the world, right? This is on the hourly. Boom, we had all of this. If I get stopped out, I'm not tripping. I'll take it on the chin because guess what? What I'm going to do? I'm going to short it again. There will be a top for Tezos. I promise you this. Tezos is not just all of a sudden going to catch on and become the blockchain that everybody uses. It's not happening, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to keep it real. It's not happening. That's great. Now that we know that, it's an opportunity. So we're looking at it. We got a red dot on the 8 hour now, which would make sense. I mean, it can only go straight up for so long. I'm in a short, and I'm going to ride it. Whatever happens, happens. I might get stopped out on some of these. I'm also diversified again because you don't really know. We got a whole bunch here. ENA, these are some of my favorite tickers to short, y'all. Okay, I'm going to put it back on the 1 hour. And they're still pumping. I'm not going to say that today was the top. It might not be. But this is why it might be. If this is Ethereum. If Ethereum, whatever was pumping this, like it seemed to me, this looks like a computer pumping it. Honestly, it looks like it's pre-programmed. And I have seen that before. Especially for Ethereum specifically, like institutional buying or something like that will happen, and they'll start pumping it like this. That happens, and then eventually it'll eventually stop. So I was looking at this. I posted this in Discord. This is the 5-minute chart, and the reason I did that is because the 5-minute chart. This is just a line from market cipher A. I got rid of all the other ones. I just have one that I keep on there. It changes depending on what time frame it's on, but you find the one that is kind of trending. So look, it's been trending off, bouncing off this 5-minute one, right? Clearly a trend line, and when it broke it. Now it makes me believe that programmed algorithmic buying or whatever was going on this whole time may have ended. Doesn't mean price can't go higher because that type of thing can start momentum. However, if you are like me and you're thinking that this pump might be fake because it was in anticipation of a news day, like for example, this might be computer pumping Ethereum, but this is not. This is whatever little short squeeze or whatever the speculative asset. You know what I'm saying? This is just people buying it, okay? This is not millions and millions of dollars. You feel me? So what we're looking at here is, okay, when do one of these get over their skis? And maybe I'm a little early. Sometimes I am early because I have my alerts go off. And I was early. I'm a little bit red right now. Not significant, though. Not, I get stopped out if I am. And I'm looking at some of these, and I'm just like, there's no, like, actual reason why some of these had to pump this. Look, I'll just pick one. Zilliqa, okay? Used to be a long-term holder of this. Nothing, there's no developments in the project. There's nothing like that happening. This is up from here to here. What is that? Off the screen. It was like over 8%. Let me go do it again real quick. It's up 8.25% or whatever since yesterday. 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, this is not like, I'm not saying it can't go higher. I'm just saying at some point it's going to pull back. Now, the clue of when that might pull back is Ethereum. That would be my guess, right? I'm watching these at the same time as I'm watching the other ones. Now, the reason you say, well, why don't you just trade Ethereum? Well, number one, Ethereum's bullish. I think these are relatively bearish tickers, the ones I'm shorting. That spares me a little bit of room usually, because then when the downside comes, like once the buyers have ran out on them, what ends up happening is they don't come back. Like someone rode this up, whatever, we'll go back to that one. Someone rode this up and made some money. They take profit. They're not coming back into it. So when there is a downturn, it's just the general market makers kind of moving the order book. Like there's not like a bunch of buyers that run in and buy this dip. They end up tanking. Now, this is actually not the most single bearish ticker, but some of these are more bearish than others. XAI has been super bearish. Again, doesn't mean it can't go up, but it does mean when it wants to drop, it wants to drop. So the other thing I've been currently looking at is relative weakness and relative strength, like in the recent days. This is how I look at every ticker. I'm telling you right now. This is the last big pump we had, which was May. Remember May? Everything pumped. Oh, my God, alt season. And then, no, never mind. Well, Ethereum was all right? Ethereum went to May, went sideways. Bitcoin went up, basically chopped sideways. But what did Degen do? This was May. And did it recover back to its May high? No. What did DYM do? May. Did it come back up? No. LDL, look, I just go down the list. So this one did. This one did, right? So maybe this is relatively bullish, at least compared to itself, maybe not compared to Ethereum and a Bitcoin, but it's more bullish than some of the other real shit coins. This one is outrageous. This is a short squeeze or some weird wacky thing. Again, I'm not trading this my whole portfolio. I'm going through I'm literally in all these tickers right now. I'll show you real quick on Phemex. I'm in all these tickers right now. So on Phemex, this is my copy trading account. So you guys, you can see all this live. You can follow me live on my copy trading account. That's why I don't even have time to like type in every position I'm in and everything, because it's literally in the copy trading account. So I got to show you this. So here's the thing. Copy trading me on Phemex, even if you don't want to actually put money in, you could just go watch me or whatever. Here's how it works. You got your Phemex account open, right? And I just dropped a video on this, by the way. I should put it in the chat. If one of you guys can find it on my YouTube channel, it's the last video on my videos. I released it yesterday, which shows people how to copy trade. It's super easy. It takes like 3 minutes to watch this video. But basically, you just got to create a Phemex account once you're in Phemex, and use my invite code when you do it, obviously. All you do is go up at the top here, and you click on copy trade. And it takes you to this page. I'm on the first page. Recommend it. One of the top traders on the first page, right here, Cassius. And when you click it, then you open up the information on my trading, right? So this is overall where I am. I got 10,000 in there. I'm down a few bucks right now, but these are for my open trades. This is my closed trade, so I'm green on what I actually closed out. I'm still in the middle of my trades right now. But basically, you can see the list of the top traders. You can follow whoever you want by putting a heart. And you can follow me. And you go in there, you can see all the other data or whatever, and all the trades, open positions, and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have to type all this information out, because I trade a lot of tickers. It takes a while to like literally type all this shit into my Discord. We do have a section in the Discord, though. Let me show you real quick, where other people can actually add. Some of our top traders in our group can actually add what positions they're in. It's called future trades. So again, you have to be a verified wave maker. Wave maker is the name of the members of my group. You have to be verified, and then you can come in here. So here's general. Here is the, market analysis, where I put in more detailed information. We show off our wins right here. A lot of wins going on. Matt killing them. Let's see. We got and then we have future trades. Here we are. Future trades. So these are showing trade setups, and people will put in some of their trade setups. But you have to be a verified member in order to see this. So that's what I want to say. The regular, anybody can see the general chat, but you get spammers in there and stuff like that. So I don't want that in all of the chat for the people who are like, the serious wave makers. I want them to run a clean ship for them to see what's going on in there. So anyways, on Phemex, you can see I'm in all these shorts, and I'm in red most of them because I was a little bit early. But I'm not in deep red. It's $2, $1.70. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It ain't nothing that deep. And so basically, there's a different story behind each one of these. A lot of them are similar stories. We had a crazy pump that I think might be fake. If this is not based on any news, just Ethereum pumping like crazy. This is another one. I mean, crazy pumps. And to me, it's a risk versus reward. This is not about Cassius Cuvée is always right on every trade. This is risk versus reward, which is how everybody should trade. It's bankroll management ultimately. Because if this pump was fake, this shitcoin is going to give it all back. And I can make bank on that drop. Meme. This is not a coin. Look at this coin. This is not going to lead the crypto market to the promised land. If this is the total 3, this purple or pink or whatever color it is, look how underperformed meme has been. Okay. You can't even see the move that happened here. Okay. It's so down. But on a 1 hour, this is what's been happening. It's now all of a sudden outperformed to the upside. You see that? Well, to me, something like this, if there's a pullback in Ethereum, this will give this all right back, and boom, that's a quick win. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking for. And again, I probably am too early. You should be, you might want to wait till that momentum ends. Sometimes I'm too early. I keep it real. But I'm also using bankroll management. I'm like, my position's not too big. I have one, for me, depending on the trade, a lot of times I'm like, I have one option where I say, okay, I'll average down one time on this. You get what I'm saying? Happy Sunday, Johnny December in the house. What's going on, y'all? And Digital Hustle, what's popping, y'all? So now, okay, I'm in all of these, right? Meme-fi, whatever the hell this is, right? Almost got stopped. Here. I think I was in here early. Boom, 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 boom. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see if we catch a bid. I think I'm not hugely strong, but I think I'll survive the rest of the day. I think a lot of people wait till 5 p.m. my time is when the week ends for crypto, right? Then it's technically Monday morning, but crypto weeks begin on a Monday, right? Monday morning UTC time is 5 o'clock my time. And sometimes we get some volatility around that time. And we'll see if Bitcoin or Ethereum all of a sudden, the Asian markets open and stuff. We see if they all of a sudden want to pump or if they all of a sudden want to dump. And also at 3 o'clock my time, a couple hours before that, this is also, to me, this is important. This is the NASDAQ futures. So we don't know what they're looking like right now, okay? If they open up and they're not green or they don't start moving green right away, they don't gap up or anything, this Ethereum pump might pull back. That's my theory. Now, if NASDAQ does open up green, then maybe it'll be justified. Maybe it'll pump more, maybe it'll just stay the same. But this right here, you can't really compare this. It's a futures ticker, so I only want to look at it when, let me take this off. I only want to look at it for like what happened the last couple of days or so. You don't want to go back too far because it doesn't actually match the NASDAQ perfectly, but it's a way you see what's happening after hours. So the ticker is NQ1 exclamation point. I would add this to my chart if I were you. It just shows us that after hours on Friday, right? So after hours, so the blue was during hours. Blue was after hours. Then during the day was not the blue, and then it ended. There's not a hell of a lot because it's the end of the week. But this would be, you see this pump here Thursday. That's during the day. The blue is after hours. So yeah, the blue is after hours, of course, at nighttime. So then we opened up late. So anyways, I'm looking at like, okay, if the NASDAQ wants to have a pullback, all of this is getting given back. This is the weekend hype. And I say this sometimes too. When it comes to crypto, I feel like on the weekends, especially during like a bull run, like when a cat's away, the mice will play. And what I mean by that, when the cat's away, the mice will play. What I mean by that is that TradFi's not doing anything. People get bored. They want to play the casino as musical chairs, the pump and dump on the weekend. And there was like no real news. It was just like people buy because they're antsing, they're jonesing. But then Sunday night comes or something, or Monday morning comes, and then they just, let me get my money. And, a lot of people have short-term strategies in crypto, and me as well. So it's not like I don't do it too, but I usually like to wait to see if the pump is real or not, and then I'll short it back down. Let me go down the list, though. Degen, this is on the 1 hour chart. Look at these. Boom, boom. Actually hit this entry here. Let's go down. We got Degen. DYM going with crazy. LDO. Tezos. Again, Tezos is not leading crypto to the promised land, y'all. This is not gonna happen. This is when it was relatively bearish. Look how bearish this coin was, then all of a sudden turned bullish. Like this coin was, you know what I'm saying? This is December 2024. This has been this one, and then this was just May. All of a sudden, decided to go crazy. I don't buy it. We'll see. You know, I don't buy it. Like at some point, enough is going to be enough in this coin, and it's going to pull back hard. Meme Fi, Token, XAI, Alice. So Alice is another metaverse that, you know, went nowhere fast. It was never even a popular metaverse. I'm like, there's no reason why this ticker has to be crypto savior. Okay, this is May. It couldn't even come back up to May, and before that, forget about it. Right, it's off the screen. Oh, off the screen. You know, ZIL, CHZ, all of these down so much if you look at them on the daily, but then when you look at them at the hourly, they just ran this weekend. I don't buy it. Now, there's something to be said when something's down so much, they kind of almost have nowhere to go but up. And as soon as the first chance they get, right, as soon as Ethereum gets bullish, a lot of these tickers will get bullish. Ethereum's kind of like the lead for alt season. Zcash a little bit different animal than the rest. Doesn't usually trade with it. Ponke, a meme coin. I just think all this shit's fake, to be honest with you. It's only a matter of time before this pulls back. That's what I think. This is June. This is May. Again, big pumps happen, but then give it all right back, even though Ethereum went sideways. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm playing the odds here. I guess that's what I'm getting at. I'm playing the odds. I'm like, look, if I'm going to short something, I'm not shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why am I shorting those? Those are bullish tickers. I'm shorting something that got no business being up this high. DYM is so bearish. This is May. Look how much it came down. It even made, this is another thing too, I want to show this. It even made a lower low, DYM. Not all coins made a lower low. A lot of coins were just kind of flat when they went down here, right? This is the bottom of April. May came, yay, it went lower than April. You're telling me that this coin is just going to go to the moon all of a sudden? Nah, son. That's not going to happen. It's only a matter of time before it pulls this again, and I would love to catch that on the way back down. So again, you got to be careful. Looking at bankroll management, you're looking at market cipher B down here. It would be nice. What are we seeing? We're seeing a red dot here. Not yet on the 4 hour. Let's see. Is it one on the 3 hour? We got one on the 3 hour. Not incredibly bearish yet, but you can see how this is not a ridiculous, 2.5 to 1 ratio trade here. This could definitely work out for me. It's very conceivable that we could come back down here again, and maybe I'll take profit sooner than that. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That pump was so big. Even though it doesn't look like it when you go like that, but let's just see how big it was from the peak from trough to peak. Let's see, from here to here, 27%. That was pretty big, especially if you did it from right down here. I'm just like, man, I don't know, son. 27% in 17 hours. It's a lot for a coin that doesn't have any real use and has been bearish. You know what I'm saying? They're just playing. They're playing the game now. It looking like it ran out of steam, is doing a zigzag. They're trying to decide if more buyers are going to come in or not. Obviously, I'm betting that they won't. I was a little early, but I'm betting that they won't. However, it's only been 1 day. You got to be careful. A lot of times stuff that pump once, like me and the Discord group, we watch these tickers so closely. An hour seems like an eternity, right? But some people, they saw this in the morning, pumped in the morning. They don't see it to the evening, and then they start chasing, and you get a second pump. That happens. So, you got to be careful, or you get stopped out. That's okay. Then you just re-enter. Just know that the trade is not over. In my mind, the trade ain't over yet just because I got stopped out. I'm like, I know this ticker's going to pull back. It's going to fall hard. So I'm waiting for that next re-entry. And that was one of the things I kind of wanted to go over, is you don't mind sometimes you get stopped out if, it's because it's going to do some massive wick. It's going to look like Tezos or something. Like somebody probably shorted right here. And then this happened, they short it right here. And then this happened, and they short right here. But what's going to happen is they're going to enter, and they got stopped out like right above their short, and then they're going to enter here, and they're going to make it all the way back when it comes back down. How much is Tezos up? Just this weekend, right? This blue line, by the way, is the CME gap, so this is the weekend. So since then, this went up 75%. 75%. You really think Tezos is going to just keep going 75% every day? I don't. It's possible, but I don't think so. So I'm trying to catch some of this on the way back down. That is my approach. Now, granted, we want to wait for that momentum to end. And here's the thing. This is the thing I want to call out. It's not necessarily the fact that Tezos itself has a red dot on the 8 hour. Somewhat. Like this might have been the top for Tezos. I think it was. We'll find out if I'm right or wrong. But look, we got our 8 hour red dot. But it's not just this. I'm looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum. If Ethereum decides to keep running, doing this, Tezos may get another bid. Why? Because this is what happens. People pick up their phone, and they see, they're like, oh my God, Coinbase says Tezos is up 75% in 24 hours. I better buy it. People get FOMO, and they'll pump it again the second day, another 75%. I have seen it a million times. Eventually, though, that comes to an end, and it's this huge opportunity for it to just come. Look, I'll show you a ticker that did that. Vic, here we go. And shout out to Blueberry. Blueberry's in the private group. He's a big time wave maker in there, and he's always posting stuff in the analysis chat and everything. And he called out this ticker, and look, he saw this, and then he saw this. He called it out somewhere up here, and boy, this thing came all the way back down again. And so it never got a second pump this weekend. This is this weekend here. Can you see this on the 8-hour chart? That's this weekend. This ain't getting no second pump, really. A little bit. I mean, depending on where you're counting from. I got a little pump here, but this one ain't doing this another time, bro. It had its run, and it's toast. I don't know what to tell you. I almost guarantee if we get a pullback in Ethereum, this is coming back down here like this. You know? And what was the other one? Oh, Cat. Cat was the other one he called out. Not Cat T. It was CAT. But I had it right there on the list next to that one. Thought you thought. Same. It looks exactly the same, though. And my point is, those got their pump first. And that happens sometimes. Oh, here was another one that somebody called out. I think it might have been him, Sky AI. These crazy pumps up, and they just go down even when the market is going up sometimes. Andrew, what's poppin'? Andrew's in the house. Canada in the house, baby. Let's go. Where are you guys from? We got a few other people in here. Some sound like got some Spanish names. Are you from south of the border? You from Spain? Where's everybody from? Put it in the chat. One time for the one time. Flocky, another classic meme coin, runs with Ethereum. Been going all weekend. Not crazy high like some of the other ones. Let's measure it. Don't really know till you measure it. 7%, not crazy high. And that's the other thing. So we're talking about leverage in the private group, and I want to look at the camera, guys. So leverage greatly depends on what ticker you're trading on. If you got one of these crazy volatile meme coins, sure, you could do 25x leverage, but you're gonna get stopped on like one tick. Every tick is like 5% or something. You know what I mean? Or maybe not 5%, but it'd be like 1.5%. So you got to know. Excuse me. You got to know what ticker you're trading, and the only way you know is to try it out, but start small. Crypto Plumber in the house. What's going on? ATL in the house. You got to start small. So some of these tickers, like, you know, this is a pretty big move for Flocky, right? From here to here is 12%, but that wasn't nothing compared to some of these other moves, right? That are just like on a regular Degen and shit. Where was Degen again? Let's see how much Degen moved. One of my favorite shit coins to short, Degen, D-E-G-E-N. This moved from here about to here, 18%. I'm telling you, Degen does that. You can look right here and you can see it. So the reason why I call this out is because when you're trying to short this, or you're trying to catch a top or catch a bottom, or how far it's move, like this is, I mean, it's why it's an opportunity to make a big percentage. From here to here was down 18%, but you know, it's not the same percentage if you look in the other direction. You can go in the other direction, it'd be from here back up to here would be 22%, to this next pump here, 27%. Degen does this. That's why I love it. I like volatility, you know? And once that move ends, boom, boom. If you want to be a short-term trader, boom, boom, you just catch this move here, which is actually what I did. On some of these tickers, this move here, we had this peak on Friday and it fell down. When I saw this waterfall, I got out some of these. I got out some down here. I think I got out. Remember, I was in like 10 tickers in my copy trading account. I think I closed profit like here in all but 2 of them. The other 2 I got out right here. Then shit started pumping again. I got a little bit too early last night on some of them. Stopped on a couple, re-entered or whatever. Degen's one of those. Am I up on Degen right now? Let me see. I'm up 16.7% on Degen right now. Again, I'm diversified though, because I don't know which coin. On the weekends, you guys, on the weekends it's hard to tell. It's hard to know. And I called this out on Friday too. Not everything moves in uniform, because a lot of weird stuff has happened on the wacky weekends. You feel me? That's what I'm looking at. So let's check out the poll real quick. I got 50-50 showing. Let's see the poll here. Will Ethereum hit 4K within the next 24 hours? 50 say yes, 50 say no. Wow. Wow, 50-50, right? So, honestly, I feel 50-50 is too. I feel like, damn, how much higher can it go? Now, 4K is this white line here. I don't know, man. It feels like it's programmed, like they're just pushing the money in no matter what. But it also feels like a setup. Because you know they'll do that to you. I mean, Ethereum's going back to all-time highs, and then, brrr. Honestly, man, I think all this depends on this right here, the NASDAQ, which has been strong. If the NASDAQ continues another strong day on Monday, we might get an epic pump, and everyone will say altcoin season's here. Now, this is also what I want to call out. This is not going to sound good, but I want to put this in perspective for you. When altcoin season comes, it lasts about 10 days, 2 weeks. I'm serious about this, you guys. It seems like we remember because it's like, oh, it was the greatest, best of times, you know? It happens really fast. Bitcoin drops. All the altcoins do the Wile E. Coyote. They're running off the cliff. They're going up 10Xs, and people are wondering, oh, it's going to go to the moon, and then this company is going to do this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And then they look around, and Bitcoin is pulled back, and all of a sudden, you know, the Bitcoin dominance is hella dropped, and they're like, what are we doing up here? And then, Wile E. Coyote. And this is, I'm calling this out every day, because if this is alt season, which is potentially possible, sure, I'll get stopped out all these, whatever. I only got 10 more days, and then it happens to coincide with the August 1st, you know, the tariff news. You know, they could kick that can down the road again or whatever, but that is a date circled on the calendar that, you know, we know that tariffs tanked the market earlier this year, right? That definitely, that was a crazy crash this year, right? So, you know, this was tariff news. NASDAQ don't fall this much, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And crypto, there was altcoins up here. They dropped literally 98% from here to here in 2 months, 3 months. Okay. This is February 19th down to April 8th. So I'm like, bruh, NASDAQ pulls back 5%. Altcoins will get spooked and go crazy. So that's why I'm like, to me, at this level, risk is to the downside. However, doesn't mean you can't get one of these to the upside for 10 days. It's possible. I'm just saying that to call it out now, because at some point you're going to want to take profit. If you're long and you're making money on this pump, someone posts on Twitter, it's like, remember, you're not a genius. This is just a bull market. Okay. Yosef and Edema in the house. What's going on, man? Hungover as hell, but we still here. Yosef, I appreciate it. Totally correct, he says. I'm assuming he's talking about alt season. It happens faster than you think, man. You know, in 2021, it was August. Actually, some coins pumped early, actually September, and then they never actually got a bigger pump up to November. Bitcoin peaked in November of 2021, but not everything. And some of those ones I thought were going to get another push, and they didn't. I think Cardano, a lot of the ETH killers pumped early. So, you know, take your profits if you're getting that epic pump. At least you can always take partial profits, by the way. You know, people always talk about DCAing in. You can DCA out as well. Take some profits along the way, and then at some point you're just out. I'm sorry, but these alts are not going to the moon and never coming back down again. That's just not how they work. Bitcoin is a different animal. Bitcoin has TradFi money behind it. August 1st falls on a Friday, too, says Crypto Plumber. Non-farm pearl day that day, too. Setting us up for a perfect storm of bad news, potentially. Now, listen, it could be good news or whatever. But, like, we have to be cautious, man. Cautious Cassius Cuvée. You know what I'm saying? I got to be cautious here because, again, I'm trying to keep people from getting wrecked. The only thing I know for sure is that Degen is going to fall. And I don't want to tell you guys anything I know for sure except for that this is going to fall. This is Degen. I wish we had shorted this shit. April 2024 and then here, oh my God, November 2024. You can't even see this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is going to fall. This is not going up forever. This meme coin is donezo. This is just a gamble. This is just a slot machine. Okay, you guys? Look, what was this? This is May. It don't even go, the next pump will be a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller. That's just what it does. I promise you. If there is another epic pump, I will be licking my chops waiting to short this ticker. Same with damn near all of these on this list. All the ones on my short list, at least. Now, there are some long tickers. The long and strong, obviously Ethereum. Here we go. So let's go over some long tickers, right? XLM and XRP, been hella strong. Let me put this on the daily chart. But, you know, again, this is when that first pump happened, and now it's not getting that second pump, really, big time like that. You see what I'm saying? It's not really getting it. So now, you know, we're wondering, is this the one we want to chase for the second pump? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Solana's kind of pumping. It's been bullish. Let's see. The other one, where's XRP? XRP obviously has been bullish. XRP at another all-time high. XRP, man. Look, shout out to the XRP army. All right? Listen, you can say whatever you want about them. XRP holders were right. There was only 8, just so you guys know, there was only 8 cryptos, 8 Dino coins from last cycle that started last cycle that outperformed Bitcoin this cycle, like when that first pump came. And XRP was one of them. Solana was one of them. BNB was one of them. Tron was the other one. Tron. Where's Tron? I got Tron on here because Tron has been strong. If you guys have ever used Tron, you know why it's strong. And Tron is easy to use. It's like fast, cheap, and easy. And whatever, most of the exchanges use it. You know what I'm saying? Tron has been strong. Here it is. TRX is the token for Tron. Tron, boom, hitting all-time highs recently. This is interesting, though. I want to call this out. Tron will dance to its own tune. It doesn't trade in line with a lot of the other cryptos, as you can see, right? It made an all-time high here. This weekend, we had everybody pump, and Tron is down. I don't know why it does that. It's just different. It's on a different cycle. But I'll tell you what. If you were going to buy a dip, like let's say Ethereum decides to keep running. If Ethereum decides to keep running, Tron will play catch up in a big way, and sometimes it's an opportunity. XRP and everybody hit their all-time high. You see, here's Ethereum, and Tron will be like, "Oh well, hell, I'm about to pump next." And so sometimes, like if I was going to go long, let's say if I had a bullish bias right now, like I don't know, we start Monday and or maybe at 5 o'clock today, or maybe the pre-market or something. Maybe I think all of a sudden stocks are going to be bullish on Monday for whatever reason. I might buy Tron long. I mean, I'm already in a Tron long right now, actually, but Tron might do one. Where the hell are you, Tron? TRX, right here. Tron might play catch up and all of a sudden out of nowhere do one of these. It's possible. So this is, I always talk about the tickers to short, but these are some of the long tickers. Let's see. Okay, wait, Joseph. Since the blue chips. Yeah, blue chips are moving first. Well, you know what, though? The thing is the meme coins kind of moved. I don't know. You're right. Those blue chips did move first, like XLM and stuff, and Algorand moved too. And then they pulled back. Then we got some meme coins and these weirdo shit coins and stuff. You're right. Those came next. Where are we now? But the thing about it is Ethereum has been going the whole damn time, man. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that it's this strong. Ethereum has been weak this whole cycle. And I posted this on Twitter. I can do this again. So what I did is I pulled up the NASDAQ here. And I went here and I put 4 tickers on here. So what you can do is you go click on the up here. So I added Total 3. I added Bitcoin. I added, we already have the NASDAQ, and I added, the hell else did I add? Oh, Ethereum. And I was like, you could see, so let's do it from where, let's do daily. So let's see, what date do we want to start this on? I was like, do you think, I think I went from like January, or whenever we first had this fall right here. Yeah, so February, call it right, like one more, okay. So about here, this is February 13th. Like right after that is when everything started to fall, right? Tariff news or whatever. So this one we're looking at is the NASDAQ. It only went down a little bit. But since here, what has happened? Well, only just recently, Ethereum is this blue one, or purple, whatever you want to call it, darker purple. It pumped all the way up. But that's mostly till here. It was underperforming until July 3rd, right, to this month, basically. Total 3 was the rest of the crypto market. Bitcoin doing great, obviously better than anything. But my point is also, look how steady Eddie, like when they dropped though, Ethereum tanked relative to everybody else. So I don't know, is this right here, is this moment mark the moment that institutions have said, oh, okay, we're all in on Ethereum now. Maybe. I do think that there's just like I think Bitcoin has institutional money pumping it. That's why the cycle is so much different. I think that Ethereum is getting some of that. As far as everything else down the list, I don't know, man. I feel like it's just kind of ebb and flow. It's not like, bro, Tezos didn't just get a whole bunch of institutional money all of a sudden. It's going to the moon, and they're making a Tezos ETF, and they're going to add it to our TradFi portfolio for the next 20 years. Not happening, bro. Sorry, Tezos. I had a bag of Tezos for the longest time. It's not happening. You get what I'm saying? This is fake. Okay? Yeah, they're buying up ETH. ETH might be a real one. I mean, that one, they said ETH is on discount. But this is still my opinion on ETH, okay? ETH is number 2. You got to understand these guys are not, these TradFi people don't know crypto like us. They're not like, oh, they know ETH. They think they're cool if they also know Solana. And sure, they've heard of XRP. But then after that, they don't really like, bro, they're not like, the fundamentals of Ethereum tell me they know there's a lot of money in Ethereum, so that's where they feel safer. That's where they're going. In my opinion, if the NASDAQ falls, ETH is the first thing they're selling. ETH would be like, that was fun for the summer. ETH is the first thing that they're going to be like raising capital. They're not holding ETH bags back down to $1,000 like last cycle, bro. And again, that's not an inconceivable number. We're not even at all-time high in ETH. We're not even at 4,700 again, or whatever was the all-time high. Like 4,700, we should have been there by now. And it dropped all the way down to $1,000 after that. That could happen again. It could definitely happen again. Institutions aren't going to just ride it out for hell long. Hell no. They're putting money, not just institutions, just big hedge funds or whomever. They put money, when there's a recession, they put money in consumer staples. So there's 11 sectors of the stock market. If you guys don't already know this, there's 11 sectors of the stock market. So things that are quote unquote defensive sectors are like consumer staples, healthcare, maybe energy, depending on what's going on in the world. Like there's these boring ones, you know what I mean? Sometimes discretionary, sometimes not. But like tech, the tech sector, that shit sells off hard. And then when it's time to go bullish again, then they buy all of that stuff. Crypto trades with the tech sector, which is why I'm usually looking at the NASDAQ 100, which is the QQQ, this one here, because crypto, it's basically an extension of tech. That's just kind of how it trades, at least, and even Bitcoin, kind of, we always keep wondering, well, if Bitcoin is a store of value or a hedge against inflation or blah, 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 why does it trade with the high risk assets? And then when it tanks and gold goes up, it's like inverse with gold right now. It's like Bitcoin's not behaving that way. My argument to that is, it's still not mature enough to, and it's not exactly that. I think what happens is Bitcoin has a floor at some point that it just won't go down any lower than, because the tokenomics basically with the limited supply is what makes it so. And enough people believe in it that it's just not going to go. It's only going to have so low. It's going to go. It's never going to go to zero. And so it's going to just keep going up eventually over time. Even if it flattens out, it'll probably flatten out. But, just because it gets so big, you can't move them that fast anymore, except for maybe that's not true anymore. Ask NVIDIA. But basically, like everything else in crypto could go down to God knows what. Everything else in crypto could tank. You know what I'm saying? What makes it mature enough too? Price, movement, adoption. So, Matt, that's a good question. For me, I would say mature enough. Well, first of all, let me tell you how it would be measured. Measured, mature enough would be, we're looking at this chart, and let me close some of these. We're looking at this chart, and we're not seeing these crazy-ass lines. It'll look more like the NASDAQ here, right? But mature enough would mean that enough big money has it that it can only buy so much more. Like you can't buy it at the rate that you're buying it that's going to make it pump, 10% in a day. It might only pump, 8% a day. Eventually it only pumps 4 or 5% a day. You know what I mean? It's just because it's just so big and so spread out. There's only so much money can be poured into it. When they basically start treating it like gold or whatever, and they're like, okay, I have a 5% allocation. If everyone has a 5% allocation of Bitcoin in their portfolio, it's mature. No one's going to be carrying 20%, 50%. They don't even have 5% yet, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have that yet. So like that's why I think it's still going to go up higher. As far as the altcoins are concerned, though, nobody, bruh. Let me just tell you something. Altcoins will break your heart. And I got a great music video loaded in the chamber that I can't release yet. I'm waiting for the right time. Altcoins will break your heart, all right? And, us degens will be like, man, this is the one that's going to do X, Y, and Z in 5 years. But, bruh, no one else with big money believes that shit, all right? So, unfortunately, I can't vouch for holding anything all through another bear market again. I'm not doing that. I'm trading the whole way through. We can trade on any time frame. Again, I'm going to be doing a lot of scalping too. Look out for me next week doing more scalping. Once I get out of these trades, I want to see if I'm calling a little top here. If I'm calling top and I can make some bank on this one on some sort of epic pullback, I'll probably take my profit and 80% of it or something. Maybe I'll leave them open for the hell of it, see if the gig is short all the way down. But I'll probably take my profit, and I want to start scalping on the copy trading account is what I really want to do. Real quick, before we get off here, I'll go over the scalping strategy. Honestly, the reason why this works, and I wanted to say this last week too, I wanted to ask you guys, have you ever taken a huge loss when you were being ultra cautious, meaning like scalping or doing something that required you to cut your losses hella quickly, like some strategy? I've never, the downside to scalping is that like, you might be doing a lot of quote unquote break even where you just get in, get out too fast, and you start getting killed on trading fees or the spread or slippage or something like that. And it starts eating away at your bankroll. And it's annoying. You're like, damn it, I'm down $100 and I'm down $200, I'm down $500. Like, what the hell? And I keep on getting out, I'm getting false signals, whatever. But here's the thing. That's never broken my bank. I've never gotten breached in Breakout Prop because I was getting fees to death. I've only gotten burned when I held something too long. You get what I'm saying? I only got burned when I tried to average down on something. I was like, it's going to reverse, I promise. And it never did, or something like that. That's when I've gotten slapped in the face. it's never been death by 1,000 cuts. It's always been a chop to the axe to the neck. So to me, it's a safer bet over time to stick with the scalping strategy, because that downside is what I'm cutting. And if you keep trading with the trade, eventually you catch a big one. So let's pick a ticker. Let's see what I put in the Discord. So just so you guys know, in the private Discord also, for the verified wave makers, you get to see, I have a list of bullish tickers, bearish tickers, but also have some tickers that look like they're good for scalping. So let's pull it up real quick. So let's see here. These are ones I just like to call out. It's not every day. I'm going to go over how I determine that, though, real quick. You can determine it yourself. Basically, I'm just looking for a little volatility. But let me see. So scalping tickers, okay? And look, I even put a little picture, right? So what is this? Oh, this is Flocky. Yeah, Flocky was one, right? So this is a good one. So now we come over here and pull up Flock. Flocka. And Flocky's, too, also in Breakout Prop. Again, this is my referral code and discount code for Breakout Prop, GGRF7W. You guys probably know it by now. Oh, real quick. Congratulations to the 5 people who won the Breakout Prop contest. There was 5 winners. Congratulations to the 5 winners who won the Breakout Prop contest. You got an email last night and a flyer you can post. I have my business development manager who he gave me the names. I don't pick them. He's the one who picks them. And basically, you should receive your $10,000 evaluation in your account. Today is what he said. I know sometimes they don't work on weekends and stuff, so I would think Monday at the latest. He told me today, though. So there's one stipulation. If you're already in an eval, in Breakout Prop, you can only be in one eval at a time, or you can have one account open and an eval open. So let's say you pass your evaluation and now you have a funded account. Then you can open a second account, which is be a second eval. But you can only have one eval open at a time. So if you're currently in an eval, he says it'll come after you're finished with that eval. So you get funded or you get breached. After that, you'll get the free $10,000 one. If you don't, I would go to customer support. You can ask me, of course, but I go to customer support. You can reply to the email I sent, but you can go to customer support and say, hey, I won the contest with Cassius Cuvée. Show them, this is his discount code. They know who I am. And then I never received my my winner, okay? Again, let me know, and I'll go straight to my business development manager, too. That's his job. So, but anyways, it's going to be in your account automatically. So congratulations to the 5 winners. Keep using Breakout Prop. Also, share it with your friends. I don't know when they're going to do another contest like that, but, free is free. And also, it's a discount code. Everybody wins, right? So if you use the discount code, you save money on every evaluation every time. They don't really do promotions. So that's why this was like a contest that was just like a Cassius Cuvée contest, kind of for me to kind of drive traffic to Breakout Prop with my specific referral code. The only way you can enter into that contest is if you use my discount code. So shout out, congratulations to everybody who won. And happy trading. On my channel, my YouTube channel, there's a video that specifically goes over how to avoid getting breached really quickly in Breakout Prop. And I want you guys, if you're having some trouble passing the evaluation, take a look at that video. It kind of is more of just a measuring stop loss bankroll management strategy. It's not so much a trading strategy. But anyways, we will jump back into the scalping strategy because I kind of developed this really using Breakout Prop. I mean, I kind of already had an idea for it, but this Breakout Prop is the one that let me do it. So I started this on the Breakout Prop will have the 1-minute chart open, but on TradingView, which is how you're determining where to start this, is first you have the 1 hour. Oh, let me go to Flocky. All right, Flocky. Okay, so you see how choppy this is? So I'm determining, look, this has, you could clearly see, it's got a bullish bias, but it's giving me this beautiful volatility. And what I'm looking at is not even up here. It's down here on the momentum waves. You see, there's not hella dots squished together. It's just like up, down, up, down, up, down. It's lulling you to sleep. That's a great ticker to scalp because the strategy is based upon the 1 hour time frames. So basically, you whatever you are on right now, it'd be green, it'd be bullish, except for we've already ran a couple hours. But as soon as you get that first, we'll call it right here, you get that first red dot, then you zoom in to the 10 hour. Yosef, you need a different exchange to use different than what? Yosef, use Phemex. Create an account on Phemex. Are you in the private Discord, Yosef? Use Phemex. If you create an account to get into the private Discord, you get 1 year for free if you use my Phemex referral code. But you get special bonuses too, and there's some other things I can't say publicly that you get as advantage for using my referral code. So you guys really should create an account with my referral code. Anyways, it streamlines the process. But basically, I zoom into the 10-minute. I got to go back to where that was. But basically, then you're playing the 10-minute waves where you're like buying the dip or selling the rip. That's basically all the strategy is. It's nothing that crazy. It's just that I want to have some volatility in order to do it. So whatever, like here, basically, you're just selling on the red dot of the 10-minute here. And then when it turns green, you're getting out. And that's basically it. And then, but you're seeing what the trend was on the 1 hour. First, you're seeing what the trend is on the 1 hour, and then you're zooming in to the 10 minutes. So if this was real time, this is kind of hard. This is the hardest thing to teach real time because it does require patience. You got to wait for the entry. So right now it's a green dot. It would have been nice if we could have seen it right when it first hit. And then what happens is you have to wait for the next green dot on the 10-minute because the 10-minute green dot comes first. So if this pulls back and then it bottoms out and there's still a 1 hour green dot on the next 10-minute green dot, that's where you buy that dip, right? Because this will come back. This will eventually, what will happen first, you're going to get a red dot here on the 10-minute, right? So we're not entering yet. It's going to come down. And then when it starts to go, you're going to get a green on 10-minute. As long as that 1 hour is still showing green, that's where you'll enter. And what this does is it makes it so that you always trade with the trend. You see what I'm saying? So now what happens is, sure, you might go some break evens or whatever, but you're getting out when as soon as you see a 10-minute dot go against you, you'd be getting out. So you never get smacked in the face with some massive loss. If anything, you're just taking profit and you know, maybe it's a little bit of profit and it's not the big one. But what happens is you keep doing this and then eventually, boom, you catch one that goes in your favor and you get a big candle and it makes up for all those little break evens because you're trading with the trend. And if this red dot came on the 1 hour, you would get out and you'd wait. You do it in reverse. So that's what I'm looking for is this volatility, and then I'm entering in and I'm zooming in, and then I'm trading with the trend. That's basically it. It's pretty simple once you get going. And then I'm on the 1 minute chart in Phemex or Breakout Prop because I want to see those candles like precisely. But I'm not. I'm looking at the 5 minute, 10 minute. I'm trying to see, okay, like at some point here, if I was going long, I'd be getting ready to take profit. So what I do is I'd zoom in on the 5 minute. And I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at this red dot on the 5 minute. We know a 10-minute red dot is probably coming. Maybe not yet. Maybe you won't take profit yet if you think this is still going higher. But like if you do see a 10-minute red dot, just get out. Because what might happen is all of a sudden it just, and you'd be like, but you could have gotten out here before all of this happened. And that's why I love that strategy because you make sure you never take it and say, don't fight a green dot or don't fight a red dot, whatever direction you're going in. Don't fight a 10-minute dot. I used to have a Post-it note on my screen. Don't fight it because what ends up happening is it ends up going more than you thought. You're like, oh, but I thought it was just going to do this and then it was going to go higher again. Yeah, right. Thought you thought. And all of a sudden, that's the one where the whole trend reverses and that 10-minute turns into a 1 hour, turns into, you're like, oh, I held it way too long. You get out, you watch and wait. Once you get that trend back in your favor, the momentum swing back in your favor, then you re-enter. So that's basically it for the scalping strategy. And you know, I always go over on the live stream, but I'm probably need to make a really good video on it. Need to get a good example of it, and then like it takes time to make content, y'all. I got to tell you. So like I try to spend some time making content, but I get stuck looking at these charts all day. Yeah, Yosef. So you know, if you're in a different location, depends on what location you're in. Yosef, depends on what location you're in. You know, tangent, totally different subject matter. If you guys ever want to protect your computer's privacy, it's good to use a VPN, and then that way it masks your location. Right now I'm using a VPN. It doesn't say I'm in Oakland, California. It says I'm somewhere else in the world. And that is one of the ways that I utilize my VPN is for protecting myself. Yes, and so then back to Phemex. So then what you do is you create your Phemex account, and then you know, you can put in a restricted, I mean, you know, as long as you're not in a restricted area, then you can join it, and then that way you know, you can get to trading on there. So pretty simple process. You know, that's how I do things. Anyways, yeah, and it's good to do it with my referral code as well, because then there's other special perks that come right after that. So anyways, let's see. That was all I really have for you today. Breakout prop winners. Let me show. We're going to end it. I'm sorry, bruh, but we're going to end it. We're going to end it on this one again. I started it with this. This is what you're supposed to do. All right. This This is how you're supposed to play it off. I don't even usually go by this internet gossip shit. This one had me dying all the memes though. This is what you could have done instead of getting busted in front of 50 million people or whatever. That's not how you're supposed to act. Got his whole player card revoked. Her too, man. Revoked. Come on, man. Fire from his job, everything. It's a damn shame. Listen, man, here's what I'm in the show with. All right. Years ago, I started been saying this for so long. I'm going to write a dating book for tech bros. All right. A dating book for tech bros. I got Silicon Valley right here. I got a whole bunch of experience. And I know how the tech bros think, how to act, and, you know, strengths and weaknesses. Bruh, chapter 1 is going to be called Don't Dip Your Pen in Company Ink. Okay? Just start there. Don't date the head of HR if you the CEO. Come on, man. What is you doing? Come on, man. She's married to this 50-50 on this one, man. I'm telling you, at the beginning of the show, I said, look, 50% go to the women, too. Why they always want to do PDA, but then mad when the camera comes on? 50,000 people in that arena. It was okay to walk past all of them, and everybody didn't care if you seen you holding hands there. But now that the camera comes on, oh, my God, let me act suspicious. Come on, man. You're supposed to be like, hey, we on TV. We made it. Mama, I love you. Whatever, bro. Don't be like, oh, my God, we're busted. Stupidest shit I've ever seen. And I love this little couple. They came and they said, this is not to do. That's what you're supposed to do right there. Come on, man. Fire from the job, player card revoked, man. I need to put out this book sooner than I thought. I need to put out. You know what's crazy? Nobody else knows this. You literally the first humans on Earth. I'm telling you this. I already wrote like 39 or 40 pages of this with ChatGPT. I got it outlined. I got it structured, organized and shit. I'm like, bruh, they need so much help. They need so much help. Nowadays, motherfuckers ain't got no game. Oh my God. You dating the head HR. So I'm making up a backstory now because I don't know nothing about their situation, right? But I'm like, did they know each other before he was working there first, then she came on? Did he start dating her after she was HR, or did he already know before and he hooked her up with the job? You feel me? Ain't no telling. Listen, I'm not judging nobody. Nobody came out. People be in open marriages and shit, so I don't freaking know. That's between them. All I'm saying is this. If they hadn't done all of that and hadn't gone viral and all of that, you ain't got the leader of the band calling you out. You know what I'm saying? It just been, hey, waved. Maybe the wife's cousin or the other woman's husband's family member sends a we heard you was on a Jumbotron. Then you pulled a Shaggy. It wasn't me. Now that it's all over the internet, it can't be denying shit. Now you fired. Everything is fucked up. Listen, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Oh, that just looked like, man, that's a hell of a coinky dink. I don't know, bruh. All I know is you don't make it the whole world's business. Shit. It's called fucking up royally. Anyways, all right, we're going to end on that note. Yeah, don't dip your pen into company ink. That's what we're going to end it on. All right, y'all. Have a great Sunday, fun day, man. Your boy Cassius Cuvée. I got to work out again. I'm trying to get back in the boxing gym. You feel me? Social media has destroyed dating life. Oh my God. Listen, we got so many stories. This is why I don't even want to talk about this shit until I bring some women on, man. I got so many women I want to bring on as guests to talk about this shit with. Like, wait till I start doing my after dark shit. You guys don't know. I plan shit months, if not years in advance. Should be slow going for me, but bro, we're gonna have some fun on this live stream, right? This is a come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. And we're gonna keep it popping, man. Look, we middle of the summer. I know a lot of people got a lot of energy going and shit like that, but man, keep your player card, bro. Don't fuck it up like bro right there, okay? All right, that's it, y'all, man. Peace, man. Have a great weekend.